What's going on, everyone? What's going on, gamers? So this video is going to be, of course, starting off Slim and ICONERA for being scumbags. Just when you think they wouldn't sink any lower by being petty losers, like just talking about bottom bracket losers about the Discord leaks, right? Where it's like, what was going on there? It's literally the most petty nonsense I've ever seen. Yeah, how could you be that boring and lifeless? And then, we're also going to react off of Alex's video over here as well, talk about some stuff that's also important. But right here is just let's just get to this right here because this is just pathetic. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 proves why Sony needs to buy Warhorse Studios, and make it a PlayStation exclusive. We're reading this correctly, right? And their biggest base is on PC. We all know this is a PC type of game too, where you can mod and just, in general. I mean, you want it for all gamers, right? I'm pretty sure they're going to want to put this game on a Switch too. This has to be one of the most moronic statements I've seen them make recently. I don't know if this is even worse than a Discord pettiness. This just shows you how much this is Sony de-sucking Rainbow Council balls ground right here. What does that have to do with, like, I don't understand what that has to do with Sony buying them. Like they need Sony to buy them to continue when now they're having their biggest success ever to remain independent and free from their corporate failures, that they are in their worst position ever historically. And somehow you want Sony to go and buy them and mess with them? Even if Demian comes in here, no, please don't. Revenue on deck, Sony can't even afford to keep its studios open, let alone buying actual studios. So they can bury it too? No thanks. Yeah. I mean, just unbelievable, guys. Because they were too good at managing a reasonable budget and need to be more bloated and wasteful. You can't buy anything without money. The fact, see, it's funny is people said it because they realize that Sony's revenue, like they don't even get 10% of that operating revenue profit. It's all baloney, man, because they only took like 7%. Their operating was like what, 780 million or something out of the 11 billion. That's terrible, and they're just bragging about other people's success on their consoles. That's why I try to tell people where it's like you really don't really understand how reports work and what that really means for them. It's not good news for PlayStation actually making profit. So y'all can all you want, but I don't really care. Most of the base is on PC. Wait, WTF. How about no? You're not going to see anybody say anything positive. No, as much as I like PlayStation, they don't need to buy Warhorse. Now ponies are talking like Xbox, how the mighty have fallen. Huh, lol. But you guys get the idea here. This is something I had to start off right quick because I'm like, what type of post is this? Absolutely stupid. Just like what Mike Bear said. We're going to get to that in Alex's video because I saw that he had that going. So let's start off making fun of this loser right here talking about we won. And you're going to see what I mean. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what y'all think. Let's get it going.
And two, putting their games everywhere to have the sustainability to keep moving forward and be existing in the actual space. It may not exist in a console format moving forward, but at some point they will in fact exist as a platform, and nobody can see the forest from the trees. In fact, we're going to see that right now, because after Sunday when this all occurred, we're now seeing the death throes of fanboys losing their ever-loving mind talking about we won. And if you think I'm kidding of people saying we won, this is literally from Kind of Funny Games when they heard that Forza Horizon 5 was now announced for the actual PS5. This is what they said.
Story number one. Forza Horizon 5 comes to PlayStation 5.
What? What?
In spring 2025.
We won.
We won.
We won.
Literally, the words out of this guy's mouth was we won. Bitch, who is we? Who is we? No, what do you mean we won? These are grown adults acting this way about video.
We won. Man, what a pony, bro. And what an idiot for even saying that. If anything, Microsoft's winning on that. They're going to revitalize a community even more and make 70%. All gamers in general get to play a better game. Like, I get what he means. And it's like, what an idiot.
Video game consoles and video games, taking the console war far too seriously in 2025. We won. You ready for this? I don't think you are. Former Microsoft VP Mike Ibarra suggests that Xbox should cut a deal with PlayStation and Nintendo to transfer Xbox friends lists and Xbox game libraries over to the PlayStation/the Switch.
Now I see why Microsoft got rid of him. His points are, man, it's like today we're seeing a record-breaking low point post. And behavior and degeneracy and just retardation. That is one of these most stupidest posts I've ever seen. What idea, and I don't, guys, I don't understand how that is a good idea. I could understand what Phil Spencer and them were doing, but that idea is dumb and it will not work. And it just, no, man, no. That guy his track record has been bad lately. So him projecting that, I guess that makes sense with his track record.
Yes, we have CEO VP Salt coming your way. First of all, let's talk about Mike Ibarra, the guy who sat there and drove Blizzard into the ground the entire time. That every single time Mike Ibarra left somewhere and Microsoft came right behind him, bought the company he was working for, all of a sudden Ibarra just had to leave on his actual own. Yes, tell me there's not some actual animosity going on there in the background. I'm sure there is. Look, the guy has never had a good idea since he was actually head of anything whatsoever. But the funniest part about all of this is Mike Ibarra is not wanting to go ahead and provide a platform. He wants Xbox to be gone completely. Imagine an ex-VP of a company, two companies by the way, wanting to go ahead and act like a petulant child, being like, well, they should just move all their friends over, and that way they just don't exist anymore at all. I swear to God, the actual adults are behaving this way, and they get mad at me when I call them out. It's truly remarkable in all of this. Everything is going to be moving to a platform. The only company going to be left, probably still making a console in the future, is going to probably be Nintendo. Because the fact is this, hardware is getting too expensive to manufacture and to make. The diminishing returns of hardware to performance is getting to a point where it's going to cost too much money for a minimal gain. And on top of that, games are costing too much money to be put onto one platform. The console war is over, Ibarra and fanboys. What's going to exist now is the platform war. And at some point, at some time, at some day,
I'm glad that he realizes that the war doesn't end, that it moves to something else. If you're talking about hardware manufacture, yes, that war is pretty much not relevant. It's more about digital, stream, cloud, service wars. You know what I mean? Publishing wars. But it's always moving to something else. The competition does not ever end. If one aspect dies off, multiple other ones pop up somehow, some way. And the percentage of those war focuses, like the hardware manufacturer war percentage focus used to be way higher back then. That's why I tell people that you're still stuck in that, or you're not up to date now. You're living in 2007, 2010, you know what I mean? Like, that's not the way that the wars are working now. You have to get up to date with the way things work, or you're going to be left behind, and your strategy is not going to work. You see? The only people or companies that can still do what they do is Nintendo, because they have a perfect balance of software and hardware, and they always have. And you can tell they've been doing this since the beginning. They just have that perfect harmony. They have that perfect balance in America and Europe and Japan worldwide. Like, this perfect harmony, and they're doing way more than less. So when they get better technology, you will notice the difference. They know what they're doing. Sony and Microsoft are very similar in different ways. Microsoft just has way more money, if you want to talk about gaming wise, and Microsoft innovated more than them. So yeah, I mean, what he's saying on that is absolutely true. And that's what people don't understand when I try to tell them that the war is not over with. It's just shifted in a different aspect.
Even my PC is going to disappear because it is going to be easier for these companies to control the visuals and the hardware and sign me up for a service to stream everything via cloud to my PC or to a tablet than it is for me to buy the hardware that they have to manufacture for R&D and then to sell me for 10 times the price that it should be, NVIDIA!
He's right about that. They only do that because they don't have any competition. But another thing that's very interesting is what people don't understand is that Sony doesn't make the profit and money that you think on hardware. No, because when they sell the hardware and all those sales you're seeing, do you think they're taking that? AMD manufactures everything. Remember, the PlayStation is made by AMD, so is Xbox, Nintendo, NVIDIA. So NVIDIA gets their biggest chunk. Walmart gets their chunk. Amazon gets their chunk. Best Buy gets their chunk. Target gets their chunk. Costco gets their chunk. You kind of see where I'm going, and wherever else they sell those consoles at, they're getting their cuts. So when all of them take all of that, what is Sony really getting? Not what you think. What are they making their money at? Controllers, accessories, subscription services, software, their own in-house. You see what I mean? And that's what people are not understanding. That's where Microsoft is improving everywhere. Nintendo just has the perfect balance everywhere. Yeah. So who is the one that should be worried right now more than anyone? I'd be worried about PlayStation. You can't drive out Microsoft. They already did a monopoly that was better than Sony's monopoly. So it's not the future. Future is digital stream, cloud, and service. Not hardware sales. Though, of course, it still is important right now for Sony and Nintendo more than anything. Less for Microsoft, because they're already ahead in the future for that. Nintendo's always going to be fine. We know that. Microsoft's going to be fine. But what is Sony going to do with their in-house? They need to make sure that's all right. See all those canceled games? See, that's their in-house that's in trouble. That's why it's a problem. And it's just understanding how the things work and looking into the future. You're not looking into the past. You're looking into the future. To bring it right here, right now, in the eternal present.
AMD? Jay Barry had a tweet out saying Xbox is doing multi-platform shows now ever since Xbox is not going to be showing what games their platforms are going to be on. Oh, it's just Xbox doing multi-platform shows now, my boy?
That is the most moronic. That's another moronic statement. When 85, 90% of the state of play, they had like 30-something games, which were all mediocre, will all come into other platforms. When Microsoft did their shows, it's their own games. Why are they this stupid? I don't understand.
That's the only one doing a multi-platform show. That's the only one. That's the only one.
Pure hypocrisy.
We didn't have Nintendo show PlayStation games on their little direct for Horizon Lego. We didn't have that. That didn't exist. Oh, you know what? Let's not even do that. Let's go one step further, shall we? Let's go back to your more recent state of play, where if I can go ahead and pull up every single game that was shown, look at this. The state of multi-platform is what it is, because every game shown, practically all of them except for one or two, is on PC, a different platform, which I can buy the game on, which I can not need a PlayStation 5 for, even a PlayStation 4 for. I don't need a PlayStation, my boy. Your state of play is the state of multi-platform. If you haven't caught on to this just yet, realizing the fact that you are part of a multi-platform company, that you are in fact trying to go ahead and insult Xbox saying, haha, they're multi-platform shows. I don't know what you thought the state of play was, because you gave this a 9. I'm serious. You gave the state.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. What an idiot. I don't want to know what his IQ is. I don't think it's above 80. I know that 100%. So we know that.
State of multi-platform, a 9. Or should I even say the state of Steam, a 9. Yeah. You don't need a PlayStation anymore, my boy. PlayStation is now a multi-platform publisher. And if you don't believe me, Stellar Blade is being published by PlayStation on Steam. Well, isn't that something? Man. And now we have another ICONERA post. I really hope this is not going to be very what with the way ICONERA operates, who really knows. Here is the actual thread on Twitter saying how Xbox almost perfectly mirrored Sega's arc in the console space. Here's what I don't want to have happen when I click this link to this horrifically terrible website. What I don't want to have happen is a meme that is sloppily put together that just has like Sega, Microsoft, and like all the consoles and what happened, and they're like, there's Sega now. Like that's what I'm hoping isn't there, and that it's not exactly what I'm looking at, right? Okay. Oh, look, it's exactly what I thought it would be. Not only that, the founder of ICONERA made this thread and posted it. In fact, they have the mascot there, and then they have the debut, the peak, the start of decline, the death blow, and then the future of the brand. Really interesting how he's just ignoring the fact that PlayStation is doing the same thing.
And Sega had handhelds. And they actually helped Xbox design the original. Microsoft was taking the place of them, yes, but they're not going to end like Sega where they go bankrupt. How can Microsoft go bankrupt? That's the biggest thing that they just don't get. Sega, everybody else in Microsoft's position would have had to exit out if you're not rich. They're only able to do this because they have so much money and they're having different strategies and they have leaderships outside of the gaming industry. It's not like Xbox is just, or Microsoft is just gaming. It's not even Xbox anymore. It's Microsoft gaming. It's dumb because he already said there's going to be a next gen console. So you saying Deathblow when they already announced a next gen console, when they're going to be around just as long as anyone else, is moronic and stupid. How could you not be aware of that when Phil Spencer keeps reinstating that? You even had a leak of an Xbox Prime. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. Like the stupidity of these people.
I mean, you had the mascot, Crash Bandicoot, the debut, the PS1, the peak, which is the PS2, the start of the decline, which is the PS3, the death blow, which is now going to be the PS5, and then the future of the brand, seeing as though they're publishing everything on multiple platforms, and I don't have to buy a PlayStation 5 to play PlayStation 5 games or even PS4 games anymore. I can just get them all on my PC, so... Yeehaw! And then, of course, here comes the biggest flip-flopper of all flip-floppers, the inability to keep that same energy, the crap gamer, tweeting this.
Oh, God.
Every time I hear you speak, I wonder what lies are going to come from your mouth this time at Xbox P3. That's right, he tweeted this to Phil Spencer directly. You want us to believe that our libraries are safe, but you also said it's just for games. You want us to believe that you care about Xbox hardware, but you also said buying ZeniMax is about exclusivity where Game Pass exists. I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. Congratulations on ruining the Xbox brand worse than Don Matrick ever did.
Here's my thing about this. All the stuff that Phil Spencer said, that was his idea. But what happened? He got overridden by Satya Nadella. Not that Satya Nadella is wrong for the route that they're going, because it's the best route. And he made Microsoft the richest company in the world. And ever since he's gotten in position, he's done a phenomenal job. So he knows what he needs to do to make it Microsoft gaming now, not Xbox gaming anymore, and to make it rich. And do what they believe what they're best at and get ahead in the future. This is what people don't understand. Like, see, Phil Spencer is a scapegoat in all these situations. He really is. But of course, they don't have the behind the scenes look, so they're not going to be able to see that. There'll be people that hear intelligent people like me say that. So now they'll run with it like they understand it, but they naturally could never see it in their own vision. Just like a lot of people argue with me a lot about a lot of things, know what I mean? And it's like the whole time they could never see it. And then when they realize it's too late, now you want to catch on and get in line. No. You could never see it naturally in your own self because you never had that awareness. But now you're getting it. It's different when people are coming to learn and they don't overproject and be ignorant and they're learning, rather than people that are trying to argue against you who don't know what they're talking about and think they're right when they were just wrong the whole time. And they're going to be wrong on a consistent basis because they still have that same blindness. And that's just in their insides. They can't see.
I do not know where Crap Gamer honestly sits. As a grown adult male who sits there and tries to console war about things, it's honestly ridiculous. The fact that he has no idea that it doesn't matter what platform you're on, your online digital library is in fact not safe. Your hardware is in fact not confirmed to be safe, regardless of what platform you're on. Even on Steam and PC, the only way you can keep your actual games is in fact through piracy, or GOG, which honestly is just piracy. But even then, you sitting here and getting angry about this the entire time just shows you don't.
Yeah, if y'all don't know what GOG is, I'm telling you, there are a lot of old games on there. They're great. I use them all the time. I mean, that's where I play Cyberpunk and everything. There's no DRM on there. Anything you buy, you can play offline. It doesn't need internet. It's amazing. Love it. And Microsoft's thinking about getting that on the next Xbox along with Steam.
Don't care about video games, Crap Gamer. You care, in fact, more about the console war in space, because what you want to do is sit on your podcasts all day and then argue about how great a company is, a company that you don't work for, that you only give money to, that's just about video games, that really is just the most embarrassing thing. I think you're still jaded after the fact that you got ratioed by Phil Spencer himself. Let's not forget when you got angry about PC gamers playing Xbox games. No, I'm serious. Here's the proof. You see, you went ahead and canceled your pre-order for Quantum Break because PC gamers are going to be able to play that game. And Phil Spencer literally replied to you saying, you canceled a pre-order of a game you want to play because someone else gets to play the game on Windows? This was 9 years ago. If you haven't figured out what Xbox was doing in the
I did not know about that. That is absolutely hilarious. And I guess he's still butthurt over that. Oh, man. He basically called him a dumbass nicely. Oh, man.
The past 9 years, I don't know what to tell you, my boy. What are we doing here, bro?
Oh man.
Really?
That's
now
great.
comes one of the favorites of the channel, a
God, this guy.
saying, alert emoji ×3. How it started versus how it's going. Phil Spencer removes the Xbox from his profile, writings on the wall. In fact, it isn't just one, another, mind you. Ivan Rivera says, adios Xbox, hola Microsoft Gaming, showing a picture of Phil Spencer's Twitter profile, saying head of Microsoft Gaming. Yes.
It's better for that though. Trust me.
These were posted the other day. Yes, these people do not understand what is actually happening. No, they are in fact the lowest of low of IQs you could possibly imagine.
Yes.
Listen, anyone sitting here and parading this around thinking that they have a W about how Xbox is officially dead in the graveyard and buried truly doesn't know what in fact happened. When 2 years ago, Sarah Bond was promoted to the head of Xbox Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And Phil Spencer was given the promotion and title of head of Microsoft Gaming.
Yeah.
You guys are
That's
so
true.
desperate for a company and brand to no longer exist, a company and brand that you honestly don't like and hate, that you're going around stalking profiles to then make up stuff that happened 2+ years ago as news about a company failing and falling apart because you don't like them. And
It's true because Satya Nadella has been said that it's not going to be Xbox anymore, that he's taking control and he wants to see it as a Microsoft brand. And it's been that way. Alex is right. Seriously. So that's what I've been telling people. Xbox Game Studios doesn't exist as like it's Xbox Gaming. No, it's Microsoft now. And I've been telling people that that's why it's like that now. So it's going to be Microsoft Gaming, not the Xbox console focused brand. Literally, that's just the way it is. That's reality. So if you want to tell me the Xbox console focus is over with, and I agree with you. It's all about the Microsoft gaming brand, which is going to mean including PC and whatever Microsoft wants to do. Phil Spencer can't say no to Satya Nadella. It's his idea now. He's running the show. But together, though, it's not like he's like they're at each other. No, they have a harmony with each other. But Satya Nadella is now saying, it was either that or shut down the brand. And Satya's like, no, we don't want to back down. And Phil Spencer said, we need to go all in or step out. And I don't want to be the type of person that doesn't want to go all in. He wanted to go all in and not back down, whatever it took, and just keep finding a way. And Satya Nadella was like, I'm stepping in. So let's go ahead and do what Microsoft does like they did in the 90s. Let's monopolize and do what we do like we did before. And that's exactly what happened. Like, see, it's about understanding how it really happened rather than people coming and saying ignorant, low IQ stuff like Alex was stating right here. Regardless of trying to make things personal, like all these people get out of this and start making things personal. Like I've seen some posts where I'm like, dude, we're here to talk about, what people are doing, what type of information is coming out and what their job is, all this other stuff you start doing. It's like, now you're just being a low life loser. Like just like the stuff they did with Alex Battaglia. It's like, that's unnecessary because, that's his free will of choice off in his own world. But we're talking about the work that people do here. We're not talking about getting into their personal lives and trying to shame them and all. It's like, now you're just being a loser to me because I'm not here for that. I'm here to do my job. You know what I mean? And also give people good entertainment and do all that other stuff. Then like some of the stuff I've seen even people did with Reforce Gaming, like, then they start bringing people's wives and kids and stuff into it. It's like, what are you doing? What does it have to do with the subject we're talking about? Let's stay within this here. Because now you're just being a subhuman. Like literally. So that's kind of what I wanted to cover here real quick. I may actually react to some of this stuff along with some other things I wanted to do, but you guys kind of get the idea of here. And this headline is very important. The hypocrisy of PlayStation fanboys is baffling to me. It really is. I say this stuff all the time. Like everything that you guys are talking about, Sony is now following what Microsoft is doing, but yet you try to bash Microsoft for it. But yet they're following everything they're doing now. And it just blows my mind how they can't see that, or they refuse to see it and want to block it out and cope and not see Sony's mess ups and just overproject onto the Xbox brand. It's stupid, man. It's like, grow up, bro. And we're all gamers here. You know what I mean? I care about gaming, not a damn logo brand. If I did, then it would just be Nintendo because, hey, everybody loves them and respects them. So that's people who just want to be cheap pirates and not pay for anything. But other than that, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of this. This is an important subject to talk about because the hypocrisy is very real. All right, y'all. Peace out. Have a great day.